Good morning. It's Tuesday.
This is take 3, folks.
He's really frustrated. He has a big work day today. And so we're trying to answer this really good question that we got on YouTube. And I'm not IT. So anyways, we're having coffee. The kiddos are still asleep. And we got a really good question, and it made me think. We answer this question every night when we go to sleep and every weekend when we're not vlogging. And so Crystal asked, is this what your new life looks like? Dustin traveling all the time and the kids missing their dad? Or is Dustin able to work from home? So my answer is I surely hope not. This is not what we had ever envisioned, and it might just be for a season, but this is not what our life is going to look like. This is not what we have fought hard for. This is not our dream.
So, my response is, number one, what I need to explain is we've worked on this business for the last 3 years here in the DC metro area, and for some reason it decided to take off in the last month, largely due to cybersecurity work that I've been working on for years. It just happened. So what that means is I've been flying in for the last month a lot, and that's not going to be the normal thing. It's just what's happening right now, and it's hard to do and it's exhausting, but what we're doing is we're establishing a business that's not just taking care of our family and bringing me a retainer so that I can live remotely and work like I do, but keeping an agreement with Daniel to make sure that this company is successful so they can sustain now a number of other families. So it's hired so many new people. 4 of those families are full-time families now, where it is keeping us up. And so with the next 2 contracts I'm doing this week and the contracts we just pulled off last week, we're making sure that those families get full-time income. There are other part-time employees as well, so this team has grown. But this is helping those families survive and be sustainable. It's not just about me here, and it's not just about my family. We're doing something that takes care of us, but at the same time, we're doing what's right by the team, making sure this comes through. And the way I function in the team is I'm kind of like the Navy SEAL of the team. That's what Daniel says, not me. I'll go in and I just blow things apart and fix things back, insert the team, and then he manages the process and takes over, and IT managed services take off. So that being the case, because these contracts have come up, it's been my turn a lot. But these last 2 contracts literally settle things down and firm things up, and it makes it so that we're safe and secure for the next years. I mean, we're talking about years of business, and it's taken a lot of effort. Unfortunately, it's been during transition. Is my house in order? No. Is this the way I do things? No. But I have worked day and night to make sure that it would happen and that this would go forward. So when I'm home, I'm in the house. When I'm here, I'm busting on this, and I'm not done until I get done. One last thing about this. We're wondering about our ministry and what we're doing in ministry and whether we like this or not. This is not my idea of a good time. I'd rather be in a pulpit as in a server room, but the server rooms are open to me. Because the server rooms are open to me, the C-suites are open to me. So the ministry I'm doing right now is in people's personal lives. It's not seen on this, but I am praying for high-level individuals. I am investing in them. They are being affected in their broken times, and they're building them up pastorally while I'm taking care of what's going on in the guts of their systems, fighting off bad people who are hacking them and ransoming or whatever, ransomware their systems. So when the pulpits open back up to me, I'll do that. I believe revival is coming. I will be a part of it. But for right now, I'm doing much more ministry this way. In one of my contracts that we're working on currently, the security work I'm doing is more intense than you guys can imagine. It will affecting tens of thousands of ministries, and they'll never know it. These ministries, these leaders, some of these are mega ministries and mega leaders in the kingdom who will never know who I am. But I'm making sure that they will continue to access them. As well, I'm making sure these don't break down in international security. So I've been made for such a season as this, and you may never actually hear about all of it. I may never be able to tell you because of national security, but this is what I'm doing right now, and it's what God's got me in the middle of, in kind of an Esther situation. And so the family's doing what we can, and when we settle down, we're going to go back to remote work and maybe being here once a month, hopefully less than a week when we come, except for if we do ministry.
So if I understand correctly, and I'm just going to put it in my terms because I believe most of our viewers they don't speak your lingo as much.
Oh.
So you're going to go up once a week so you can work remotely, but because you're winning once a month. Yes, sorry. But because you're winning these new contracts, you have to go into the company physically, set their systems up so that you can work remotely.
Some of them I set up. Some of them I take down before I set up. I find out what's called a gaps analysis. So I do cybersecurity.
Oh, I wasn't asking for a detailed. I was just.
I'm still going to tell you.
No.
I get to hack them. So I get to hack them apart, and then we put them back together.
Okay, another thing I want to mention is the timing of this, because we had put out some fleece, like if this doesn't happen and this doesn't happen, or if this happens, we are going to move by this date. And we not felt, because we don't go by feelings. We heard God, and God told us to move to North Carolina, and we are very confident in that decision to move. But when did you guys?
The kicker is that firm dates as well. We felt like we had to get everything on the market by March, April, and we were in April whenever I wanted to do it in March. So I bucked my tail to do that, to get the house and to get it on the market in March. I don't know why. It might have just been for our hearts, because by the time we got to June, when God was saying you got to move by June, the end of June, move inside of June, we moved inside of June. We did not wait till July. We did not go through kids' birthdays. We were there having kids' birthdays with our kids. And we did it not knowing that soon after, soon after.
I was going to say, when did you get the contract? Like July 2nd or something?
No, I think I know when it was. It was over July 4th weekend that it happened to them. Or no, it was June 30th that happened to them. So that's weird. That just dawned on me. The day we moved. The exact day God told us to move is the exact day they got hit by ransomware.
So if we had stayed in Maryland until we sold our house, it would sure be easier on us right now. Dustin would just go down the street and then come home every night. But it would be really hard for our hearts. You know, are we sure we're supposed to go to North Carolina? Because look at all this business that's going in D.C. And so we really just feel like it was a heart thing. And God really wanted us to come to North Carolina and get our feet settled.
But we got everything down there by June 30th. We got everything out by June 30th. So there was no turning back. We even said that. We're like, okay, there's no turning back. So if everything takes off now, after we move, we know that God intended for us to be down here, and he wouldn't give us success for the last 3 years because he wanted us to make that step, and we did. So we did what he intended for us to do, opened up his next steps. I don't think the successes would have come, or we'd been skipped over and not noticed had we not moved when we did. So our obedience releases God to bless. So we moved. That way, God knows my heart. My heart is that if I ever see God do something, my immediate reaction is, oh, I must be doing something right. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because God is blessing it. So if he had done that while we were in Thurmont, we'd have never left Thurmont. Obviously, something's going on in North Carolina where he desired us to be there. And it meant he had to get our tails moving before everything poured out and blessing anywhere else. And so we moved, he blessed, extreme obedience happened. Now everything we touch is being blessed. The blessing is challenging because it's hard to be able to be consistent, determined.
My dad's leaving for work.
Enough
Goodbye.
To finish. So we're trying to finish what? That means we have to be determined and consistent, and that's going, through that. Even though we now see the blessing, it'd be easier just to stop here and be done. Kick out my money. I'm good. I'm out, or whatever. But that's not how it works. The kingdom of God wants us to be finishers, And so we're going to stick to what he told us and he's shown us until he tells us he's done. And so there's a day coming where I'm going to dial down and I'm going to be a little less online, and I get a farm and I get time with my kids, and I'm back on a porch sipping coffee, reading the word, writing books. That's what I want to be doing. I love being a pulpit. But for now, God has opened the door to serve this way. And Lord willing, it'll slip my part. So my part is about done for these contracts. And hopefully we can digest them before I got to ramp up and go into more.
And I think my part throughout this transition is to just encourage Dustin instead of sending him texts like, come home, or this is horrible, or you won't believe what your children just said. But just, good job, keep going, you'll be home soon, you're doing it, great job. And to just encourage him, because I feel like if I was super negative about this, then he might not take the next contract that comes available, or, it will just put a strain. And so I also want to teach the kids, not teach them, but I just want to I want to hold their hearts, through this process and make sure they're okay. I keep telling them, and I've told them it's been a long move, guys. So since we put the house on the market in April and they had to keep it perfect and show ready and all that, I've been telling them, guys, we are going to get to the end. We just started this process. We are going to get to our final plan at the end. But if we get there and we were so ugly to each other and we were nasty and negative and complaining the whole time, what's the point? It's the middle part that, that's important. Let's check our hearts and let's make sure that we're doing this right. And so it's hard. Malachi's almost 2.5, and he's been saying things like, I miss Poppy, or I sad at Poppy, or there's an airplane. We have to go catch Poppy. That's Poppy's airplane. And then even last night, Lydia said, yeah, I think Poppy's better off without you, to me. And I was like, what the heck? He's not better off without me. We are better together. And when I just went through an old vlog the other day, and I almost cried because it was just one of our regular vlogs. And I always thought, why do people even want to see this? This is just our regular life. But it was making my coffee. Okay, I'm sitting on the porch. And then, oh, look, there's Dustin. And, he's doing his quiet time. And it's man, I ache for that really simple life. And
let you know how valuable it is.
Yeah. I mean, these companies are
important. This part's important. The pain is important. This is why we started vlogging in the first place. Because we've had 3 years of that life, and before that we had things we were going through, but it was ministry and life and family, and we were together. Now we're going through this, and I think it's important people see it, and important because now we know how valuable that life is, and it's worth fighting for. We're almost there.
Yeah.
And I've had to fight at different points in life. I'm a warrior. That's who I am. I break through, get things going, start things, pioneer, whatever I got to do. I'm a planter at heart, always have been, grew up on a farm planting corn, so that's what I do. I plant, things grow, God does the rest. I love it. And so we're going to finish this. We're going to finish well. It's going to be planted, firmly rooted deep in the ground, because God's able to use this business for his work. It is helping so many. It's helping ministry, families. It's going to help a lot of stuff, and that's what we do. So when we finish, I get to get back to sitting down, drinking my coffee, and watching corn crop. Awesome.
Yeah, so my parents don't answer their phone, so let me press pause.
Any giggles?
Hold on. Okay, so we're back, but so I was just gonna say this was a long video with lots of takes, and anyways, Dustin has a really big day today, and I'll let him tell you about what he's doing today, and I'll tell you what we're doing today, and then this is gonna be it. Family second, Jesus first. So
I don't think so. I have some stuff to report. This is an adventure today.
Okay, well, this is it for me and the kids. We're gonna go pick up the van. It's ready. So excited to get the van.
You need to take video of that, vlog that, to show folks who did it and where and all that good stuff.
Now you guys know who is responsible for long vlogs and who's responsible for short vlogs.
Yeah, but
okay.
They've never seen a kind of thing as playing out there. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And I'm going to have lunch with my grandpa.
Who's responsible for long vlogs? All these people calling your parents.
I'm going to have lunch with my grandpa today. My kids call him Grandpa Sargent. So he's really close to where I'm picking up my car, and they haven't seen him in probably a year. So
yeah, you need to get Grandpa Sargent too.
I don't know if he wants to be on YouTube, but a lot of people don't want to be on the YouTube.
Okay. All right. On the YouTube. So anyways.
You should hear my mom explain it. She's like, hold on. She goes, yeah, they're on YouTube. It's Fascinating with Jesus, and it's free. You should go.
Let me finish, please. Let me finish. I gotta get done. I gotta get off here, guys.
Okay, go.
This is real. So anyway, I'm going to Salisbury, Maryland. I'm looking into a client. We're picking up a contract. We're willing, and that contract's going to put someone remotely in that office. Then I've already put in two others. Daniel's going to firm those up. May make one of those meetings. One of them's a gaps analysis security for something that's big government side, and that takes off. That's even bigger, and 7 figures. Don't go to sleep on that. So anyways, seriously, it really does help make sure I go to college, and it makes sure that I get my pizza land out on the backside of North Carolina. So that's what I'm working for. Almost there. She's been leading us. So anyway, that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Drive safe. Oh, do you want to show everyone your
It's getting better.
Dustin finally figured out what it is. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like here and here, yeah, it's real pixelated. You'll have to show it up close on yours. He thought it was a spider bite. Then he thought it was a boil, and I said, "Don't ever say boil. That's just disgusting." But what do you think it is?
I'm pretty sure because of the cluster way it's got the stuff and what I've read and I've been looking, I thought maybe it was some kind of stress related thing or whatever, and it's actually, there's some on my head here too. My body's reacting to what's likely a bite of an insect of sort, and it looks like it might be a house centipede. They don't usually bite people, but the bites I've seen.
Oh, it got choppy.
I've seen.
He said a house centipede. Oh, yeah. It just like crawled on him. Oh, so awful.
Yeah, thanks for that. So that image is awesome. But yeah, I've killed a couple lately, and so.
Show it again, because your internet, the connection looks a little better. Oh yeah, gross. Look at that. And it's on the back of his head too.
Yeah, I got it. It's like my chin, the back of my head. Back of my head might be related to just a reaction to it. I'm hoping. I hope it didn't.
It looks like this one. The one on your back of the head looks like not this one, but this one. And it's
so there you go. I got bit the heck up, and it's just one of those things.
So did you do like WebMD? Like, what do you do for a centipede bite?
Yeah, I did a lot of WebMD, and then finally I started looking up the pest control sites and got some images of what bites look like, because they don't generally bite folks. So yeah, and then the ones I saw, there were these cluster bites like that. I was like, that's just freaking awesome.
You know, I was thinking we've been in like, you more than me, but we've been in like
countries.
a dozen beds since we've moved, other than our own bed.
Oh, I was going to say, I've been in third world countries and never had this happen.
Well, it's just
really random. You know, I've been in a lot of third world countries. Spent a lot of time in like mud hut kind of situations or whatever. Seriously, and dude, I'm just, it's like, that's just how things are happening right now. It's very challenging, but that's what we do. We don't dial down. We don't quit. We press through. We get done. And we finish. We're going to finish well.
Yep.
Obedience.
And
Listen, one more thing.
The middle.
Let me say this. Obedience is always success. Radical obedience to God is success, even if it looks like failure.
Yep. That was one thing God spoke to me really, really strong for like a good year and a half. It was obedience is success. Obedience is success.
Yeah. So we're being obedient to what we heard God say. And we prayed about it so long and worked on it so long, and so that's where we're at.
Our obedience looks different than other people's obedience.
Yes.
The only success is if you were obedient. So, yeah.
So there we go. Thanks for asking questions, guys. Appreciate you being a part.
Yeah, ask more questions.
Serious. It's painful for us, but we're glad to be a part of it. We're glad for the story to be all of us together. Thanks for asking. It makes us, share what we're dealing with, and
Yeah.
it's not all fun. It's painful, but as of this week, we finished a lot of this up. And if you hadn't asked, we would have probably talked about it in this vlog.
We talk about it every day, but just not to you guys. So.
Yeah. So that's real. All right. Bye, guys. Love you, Laura.
Love you. Have a good day. Sorry for all the extra video he's going to do, guys, because I'm not going to do a lot.
All the extra video, all the extra takes today.
Oh. Okay, so one was because I was looking at the screen, but I was holding the phone down like this. And then the other one was because I had the earphones in my head so I could hear him better, but you guys couldn't hear him.
This part where I touched the little red dot.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Daniel had to get his tires replaced this morning, so I was waiting on him to do that. I got the call in with Lori, so that was nice. My face is still healing, not good. And if you've ever been bit by apparently a centipede, it's not fun. So we're getting ready to go to Salisbury, Maryland. We'll give for contract from there, and we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, guys, we're out driving, and look at that! Lori hates big bridges. How you like that, Laura? Glad you're not here. So we're out heading toward Salisbury, Maryland, heading in for this meeting with this firm, and we are on the Bay Bridge. Deal with the stuff we deal with at a certain point, and I know that we've had a lot of phone calls and emails this morning, but seeing a view like this makes it worth it. It's the little things in life, guys.
We made it! We got our car! Yes! How good does it feel to be in our own car?
So good.
And sorry it's so loud, but the air conditioner is blowing. Actually, I'm sure you can't hear it, but man, it is cold. Does it feel good? And the guy, he was really good. He showed me the hole in the hose. He showed me the hole in the air compressor, and, showed me all that he did, and all of our old body parts were lying in his garage. So anyways, yay, thank you, Uncle David. Our car works again. Okay, we are at Cracker Barrel. We are waiting on my grandpa to get here.
I think the car felt cooler than this.
Yeah, and then I guess I should say go Bulldogs or go Dogs. I don't know, what do you guys say? Go Dogs? Yeah, I think we're a Panthers family now. Grandpa Sargent is teaching the girls how to play checkers. He's not going easy on them either.
You only have 12.
All right, Patrick's driving now. Daniel's back there. We're heading back out of the office. We got to intercept some hacker kind of activity, actual hacker stuff going on a firewall. That's right, baby. So we set that firewall up, took care of business, and looks like we're picking up another client. Woohoo! Now we're heading back to Virginia, and it's been a day. So this day is done. Client soon to be contracted, we'll see, hopefully. And that's pretty much it.
At the mall, and we're having Dippin' Dots. Everyone say hi.
Hi.
Okay, ready? I am done with today, guys. Go.
Family second. Jesus first.
I've been working on one of the client's pieces of work in here. We're getting ready for dinner, and boom,